Hey bro, so today I'm gonna teach you exactly how to build better habits in 4 simple steps. And there is a kind of 4-step ordering process for us to get this good habit. So the first thing that you gotta understand is the cue here. The cue is basically when you predict a reward. So let's say a cue is, for example, when you smell chocolate. If you can smell chocolate, that's the cue to that you wanna have chocolate, which means that when you have that cue and you wanna have chocolate, the cue, the reward, I mean, is that you wanna feel satisfied with hunger. So like you want to have sugar, something sweet, right? So that's what your brain predicts as the reward when you can smell the chocolate. That's why you get the next thing, which is the craving for the chocolate, which is basically, as I said, the desire that we want. And the desire is exactly what we want. We want something sweet and we want to fill our stomach because we are hungry. So first we have the cue. Your brain predicts a reward. It could also be sex, for example. So it could be that the cue is that you see a girl, a beautiful girl, right? And then the cue is that you want to nut, you want to reproduce, basically, because that's our natural instinct as a man, is that when we see a good-looking woman, we want to reproduce, because that's our job as a man. And that's when we get the craving to fuck. Basically nuts, right? But it's kind of, yeah, it feels kind of weird to say, right? But it's the truth. And that's the desire we want. We want to fuck. We want to reproduce. We want to give our seed to the woman. Then we get the next thing, which is the response, which is the action that we take, basically, right? So the response is that we see the girl, that's the cue, we want the reward of nothing, we have the craving, like the motivation, the desire, we want to fuck her, and then the response is either if we do it or if we don't fuck her, basically, right? And then when we have taken that action, that comes the reward. And the reward, it kind of depends on your response. Because let's say that you do this, let's say that you do fuck her, then of course you will get the reward of feeling blessed in a way, like, you know, that feeling when you're not, like you will feel like you're the king of the world, you have just reproduced, even if you have used condom, like, you know what I mean, right? You feel good inside, and that's the reward for it. Let's say that you don't do it, like you get the craving and you do the response, which is you ignore it, you don't fuck her, then you will just basically, like, there won't really be any reward because you don't nut. Maybe you will have the kind of reward with yourself of feeling like, I was a good man, but often it's not really a good sign to not fuck. Like, if you have the opportunity to fuck, you want to, right? Of course, if it is a degenerate person, like a degenerate woman, then of course you can kind of feel proud for saying no to that. Like, that's a good accomplishment, right? So that's the reward of feeling proud of yourself. But like, let's say it's actually a good, high quality woman, but you were just too much of a pussy to talk to her, and then you say like, oh, but I didn't fuck, like, I'm so good. No, you're not. Like, that's a different matter. But that is basically just what I wanted to share. That is how to build better habits in 4 simple steps. There's a lot of other ways that you can also do it, but I just want to keep it short so you don't get overwhelmed with too much information. So just go with this plan. Now you know at least what your brain will think about. Like, that's your brain's process. Like, it always does this. Like, let's say you want to watch a YouTube video. The cue is that it predicts the reward of you feeling relaxed, even though your brain is hyperstimulated, but you know what I mean, right? The reward of feeling relaxed, good, and maybe some laughter because it's maybe funny what you watch. And then the craving is the desire, right? So our motivation is to feel relaxed. We want to feel relaxed. And then the response is that we click on the video, and the reward is that we feel blessed. The problem is it's not always a good reward that we get. Let's say it's Pornhub and you get that desire and you do it, then you won't get really a good reward. That's what I mean, depends on the response. It's either like a good reward that you get or it's a bad reward that you get. And most of the time for people, it's actually a bad reward they get. They do like bad habits. But you just gotta think about, how can I use these 4 steps to make a good habit? That's all you really gotta think about, and then you will have a very good plan and a very good way of making good habits. I can give you an example of how this could be a good habit, for example. So like a cue could, for example, be eating healthy, right? Going to the gym. Let's say going to the gym. You get the cue, you want to go to the gym. The craving is that we want to get a 10 out of 10 physique. We want to have the six pack. I don't know if you can see it, like the six pack. We want the biceps and all that. We want the delts. That's our motivation, like the desire. We want to look good. Then there's the response. Do you take the action or do you not take the action? Let's say we do take the action. Then the reward is afterwards. We don't get the muscles right away. That's the thing. But we are one step closer to our goal now. And now you just gotta repeat. But this is just the way our brain functions.